Hey guys, it's Dave Bennett with MOWG-Crew.com. It is now January 26, 2013, and we have upgraded the MOWG Pro interface. We're now on version 3.0. The MOWG Toolbar is now version 17.6. We're on a second generation of the UAP project called MOWG-HB. Which originally started off being a holiday bonus idea. So the HB really means holiday bonus, even though it's past the holidays now. We just been growing this thing since. So it's the second version of the MOWG-HB. So anyway, I thought it was high time for new installation instructions. And because we go through these things, all the upgrades, and here's the training videos link down here, and it's got downloads for all this. Biggest thing that we've ever had issues with was we always improve all three of these things, and then they don't necessarily jive unless you get the right version with the right project. So I decided moving forward, instead of having this be separate, the MOWG Pro with the toolbar, I'm going to have the right MOWG Pro version with the right toolbar inside the right downloadable for whichever the project is that we want to put out. Now, projects like the UAP, remember, they're just example projects. If you wanted to learn how to do custom runs on pretty much any website you want, the instructions are down here. It's just further training, and you'll finally learn how to do stuff like this. Down here, for instance, is where it really gets going. But a lot of people just want to work with the UAP anyway and just see how far they can get with that. And it's a very useful thing. So what I decided to do now is put the right version of the MOWG Pro and the right version of the toolbar into any one of the projects that you would be downloading. So for instance, this is older. It's November 20th from last year. It's called the UAP version 5. And if you clicked it, you could download the MOWG Pro with the toolbar, and separately, you could download the UAP V5. What I'm going to do now is just have it all in one place. So it's the right version with the right version with the right version all together. And that'll minimize any kind of confusion moving forward. So let me just show you what we're going to do. We're going to start off by getting our computer prepared. I got a pre-installation checklist. It actually comes with the download, but this is a video for it. So we're just going to start walking through it. It looks like a chunk of print, but it's not really. The MOWG system works on XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, 32 or 64-bit. If you're on a Mac, it does work on parallel or virtual Windows on a Mac. You need to have Office 2007 or better for the UAP project or Office 2010 Professional. If you don't have that and you need to upgrade, here's a really simple way to get a 60-day fully functional version free of Office 2010 Professional. Go to Microsoft.com. And again, all these instructions are there in the sheet, so it's okay if I go a little quick. Go to Downloads, go to Free Trials, okay? And it is this link right here. Try it free for Office Professional 2010. And if you get that, install it, you got 60 days. So you can save the money, earn the money, decide whether you like it or not. You got 2 whole months of usage and see what you think. Perfectly cool, perfectly free. That's a great way to go. Another thing you're going to need is a valid license for WinZip version 12.1 or better. Version 12.1 is really old. It's like a couple of years old at least, so you probably have a valid license for WinZip if you have WinZip. In other words, if you can right-click a folder and hit options for WinZip, that means you have a valid license unless it's the evaluation copy. You're going to have to get WinZip. If you need to get WinZip, it's all of $30. And that's just for this project, not for MOWG in general, but for this UAP project we have. UAP means Universal Affiliate Pages. It just means a project that's already done for you that's good for anything. Instant MOWG run in a box. That's what it is. So now, if you need to get WinZip, do it this way. WinZip.com. Okay. And when you do that, you can now buy WinZip 17.1, which is just $29.95. It's worth it, and you'll need it for the advanced automation functionality that we have. You're going to want that. Okay, now we're going to go through the steps below just to make sure that you don't have any troubleshooting issues to come later. So we're going to start doing it. It might take you like 10 minutes to get your computer caught up. First of all, make sure you're logged into your computer as the administrator. That means when you're the user, control panel, users, wherever that is, user accounts, okay? Make sure that you are the administrator, right? Because only the administrator has full rights to do things. While you're here, do this as well. See where it says change user account control settings? you're going to want to go in there and drop this thing to the bottom. Some of you guys, it's up here. That's the default, especially if you first buy your computer from Best Buy or somewhere and you load up Windows 7 or Windows 8. It's going to be up here. Drop it to never notify. This was sort of, it's weird. It came out with Vista, this whole user account control idea, and it was kind of Microsoft's way of saying, hey, we're keeping up with Apple. But the thing is a pain in the neck. If you have antivirus, it's already doing its job. This is that extra layer that makes it such a pain when you click on something and it says, are you sure you want to run this? And you hit yes. Then it goes, are you really sure? You say yes. And it says, are you really, really sure? You say yes. That's what the user account control panel is. It's a pain, or user account control is. It's really a pain in the neck. So drop it to never notify because there's like 12 pieces, I think. 12 different pieces of the MOWG-HB are going to trigger that. Every .bat file, every .exe, every .vbs are each going to say to your computer, hey, can I run? You've never run me before. Am I allowed to run? And every time you're going to get a pop-up going, do you want to allow this? It's going to give you several options, like allow full access on all networks, allow access locally, and that's a real pain in the neck. And then it's got a gray little box underneath it, which you might miss, but it's got a checkbox there. It says, remember this option and use it in the future. And you have to do that on every single one of those pieces. And in the meantime, your runs are coming out broken because the project doesn't realize that it's supposed to pause and wait for you to do all that. So just turn off your user account control panel and restart your computer. It will want you to restart before continuing. So you'll need to restart before continuing. But okay, so when you get that done, we got a few more things. Let's go through. As a matter of fact, let me make sure I get back to this so we don't have any issues here. If you are on a laptop and you switch between wired and wireless, just be aware that MOWG-Pro needs to authenticate itself on a server every time you open it. And so it's going to send out a signal going, hey, I'm here, I'm using this code, this is the computer I'm on. It's okay, right? And if you're switching between wired and wireless, then, or if you're using a proxy or hide my IP or hotspot shield, something like that, then it can definitely trip the server into thinking that it's the wrong computer, it's the wrong license for the wrong computer, and you'll get a message says, your license is currently in use. Sorry, you can't access it. And that just kind of means it thinks you're on a different computer. First of all, go back to the normal setting. Whether you're wired or wireless, go to the one you want to generally use with when you run the MOWG system. Okay. Second, if you can't get over it anyway, or if you need to reinstall the not just the software, I'm sorry, if you have to reformat your hard drive, or if you get a new computer, then send us an email with your license so that we can reset it so you can reinstall it and make it work again, and it will. Okay. So there you go. There's that. So disable any browser anonymizers like Hotspot Shield or Hide My IP, any proxy connections to the internet that are atypical. Um, and disable your antivirus anyway. It's just a wise thing to do, right? Just when you go to install new software, disable your antivirus so it doesn't block parts of it behind the scenes and you didn't know. Then you wonder why it didn't work, and that's why it didn't work. It's your antivirus is getting in the way. Then afterwards, after you get it installed, you can run your antivirus again. And if it's still blocking the software, then add your software to the exceptions of your antivirus. Okay? So that's just basic stuff to keep in mind. Let me see. What? Okay. MOWG is built for English language formats and other languages that just use English-based characters right now. If you can say it in Italian without needing different characters, you're good to go. Okay? But it's built to work with English-based language pack characters. All right. So with that in mind, there's two other things we want to do anyway, and that's this. We want to go to our Start Control Panel. Okay, go to region and language. Okay, and on XP, I think it's called global options. And it might be called something slightly different for you. Regional settings, language settings, regional and language settings. Go ahead and go. And then when you do, just two things to do here. First, Where it says format, make sure it says English something. English United States, English UK are the two I see. I don't know if English Zimbabwe has different sorts of settings or not. That's the format. What that means is the date timestamps are done this way: long date, short date, time, first day of the week. And these are things that form the way your software understands how your computer runs. So use English when you're using MOWG Pro. If you use something else naturally, then you can flip back any other time. But when you go to run MOWG Pro, it has to create dates timestamp versions of things, so it's expecting a certain format. Okay? Probably any format that creates the same output here and the same output on the additional settings will do the trick, but this is what we expect you to use, and we don't support other versions of formats in here, just so you know, not at this time anyway. All right, that's the first thing. Make sure this says English United States or English UK. All right, second one, for additional settings, hit that. And down here where it says list separator, okay, it's on the numbers tab, the first tab, where it says list separator. By default, yours will be a comma, okay? That's what you'll see, a comma, all right? So what we want to do is change our comma to a pipe. That means just delete the comma and then put in a pipe. People say, where's the pipe? The answer is, if you look at your QWERTY keyboard, okay, if you have a QWERTY keyboard anyway, this is where it is. There's two shift keys, one on the left, one on the right. When you look at the shift key on the right, it's right below the enter button, the enter key. Right above the enter key is where your pipe is, but you have to hold down the shift along with that button above the enter key. Okay, and that gives you a pipe. Looks like a lowercase l, but it's not quite the same thing, right? All right, that's it. Now, when you do that, you hit OK, and you hit OK. So all you had was English and a pipe. Okay, OK, OK. That's going to be enough for this. We can close out of here. Boom. All right, let's continue. One note is if you're going to disable your user account control panel and then restart, make sure you double check that your antivirus is still disabled after you restart. Very often you might disable your antivirus and then you'll restart your computer, then you'll go to install and you won't realize that your antivirus started back up naturally, right? Now, people ask, what's our highest recommendation for antivirus anyway? And the answer is AVG. We like it, been using it for years, love it, don't get hacked, don't get issues. And you can search Google for free AVG download. And again, this whole thing comes with your download, so this is easy. You can find these instructions when you download. All right, we want to make known file extensions visible. That means if I open a folder, and let me just open one that actually has an older project so you can see it, because then I'll download the new one soon. If I open something like this, okay, and I go in here. All right, take a look. I can see .bat, I can see .exe. Okay, and there's more. There's all these files that have extensions .vbs, and if you cannot see those, then that means that you still have the default settings that came with your computer, and we want to override that because we like to be able to manipulate these. Sometimes we want to change them, like from .csv to .txt and back. There are reasons to do that sometimes, especially if you download a list of keywords in CSV format and then you want to just change it to .txt, after you get rid of the other columns, things like that. There are times you want to do that. So here's how you do it. And this is pretty much the same, I believe, for Windows XP, Vista, and Windows 7. Either one of these buttons, the one that says Tools or the one that says Organize. If you do not see this bar up here with Tools, try to click up in here somewhere. Not up there, but down here. There's got to be a place where you can engage that toolbar. But either way, just click on either one, Tools or Organize. Organize, it would be Folder and Search Options, and it gives you this pop-up screen here. Okay, and just to show you, if I hit Tools, Folder Options, it gives me the exact same window. It's the same window. So you can hit View, okay, and then down here, where it says hide extensions for known file types. It's like the 10th option down. Yours would be check marked by default. Take it out. okay, and hit apply. And then it will not hide those extensions anymore. That way you can work with them, manipulate them, whatever you want to do. That's cool. It's worth doing, and I would do it. If you ask me for assistance and I say, let's hop on your computer, I'm sort of expecting to be able to see these in case I need to change and look at them more. And sometimes I will. I might take a file and rename it to a .txt real quick so I can just open it and check something out and then close it and rename it back to a .bat. Okay, there are just times you're going to want to do things like that. Okay, so that's what's cool about being able to see file extensions. If you cannot see them, you cannot change them. All right, on Windows 8, it's just a bit different. You'll hit View at the top, and View gives you a button to hit called Options to the side, and then from there you'll be able to go back to View again, the View tab, because when you hit Options, it gives you that same window, and then you can just hit View. So on Windows 8, it's View, Options, View. Okay, View, Options, View. All right, that's pretty easy. Okay, this is all preparation, and we're actually done with a whole lot of it. This is that thing. And talking about changing to a pipe, that's this whole thing down here. MOWG-Pro expects a pipe, so we needed a pipe. Now we're actually ready to download it, and I got the link here. And the link, of course, will be up on the MOWG video training page as soon as I put all this stuff up. So I'm going to get it and download it. All right, that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, I'll just paste the link in here, paste, and just show it to you real quick. It's mowg-crew.com like you would expect, and it's slash and then 2 dash, and keep in mind this is all capital letters right here. MOWG-HB is all caps, and then we're back to lowercase for .zip. So everything's lowercase except for MOWG-HB. Okay, just keep that in mind because you can't just mix and match. If I change one of these to a lowercase letter, then it'll say, hey, the link's not there. It'll treat it like a different link. All right, so we're going to get it. Boom. Let's download it. It's like 40 meg. Okay, let's save the file wherever we're going to save it. Of course, I had it down here earlier, but we're going to do it again. All right, it's almost there. Okay, I paused it for a sec, but now it's downloaded. Let me go ahead and go. And in my case, I have it download right to my desktop. You can do that or not. First thing, when you find it, wherever you downloaded it, your documents, desktop, C drive, wherever it went, don't extract it yet. Right click and hit properties at the very bottom. Okay, you see this unblock button? Some of you will, some of you probably won't. But if you do see it, you need to click it. All right, and hit OK. All right, another one you want to watch for, properties, is this read only attribute. Do not read only and apply. If it says, hey, do you want to apply that all the way down through all the files and subfolders? Say yes. I mean to not have read only all the way through the project so I can manipulate it. So no read only and no unblock button. If you do not see an unblock button, just disregard it. Depends on your computer settings. All right, and so no read only, no unblock, boom. Now I'm safe to extract it. And so I can right click and I can extract it. Now we got WinZip, right? We can extract with WinZip. Here's the right option, extract to here. Do not hit extract to folder, desktop to MOWG-HB, or it's going to create a folder called to MOWG-HB with another folder inside of it called to MOWG-HB. Okay, we don't want to extract to anything else. We just want to extract to here. Very simple thing. Extract to here. Boom. And let that happen. It won't take long. You can pause, but no need. It's almost done. All right, and there it is. It's a folder, single folder called 2-MOWG-HB. Now, we will not start using it. You could open it if you were, but I wouldn't. Not yet, because you'll forget to do this. Maybe. This thing belongs in your C drive. So yeah, forget about the zip file now. Now that we extracted it and it extracted fully, we can either stick this in an archive like a backup, or we can throw it out. Because this is what we needed right here, the extracted version. And you'll notice that everything about it, it may say read only because whatever, I didn't go through it. I can do it now. As a matter of fact, I'll just show you what this looks like. Yep, apply changes to everything. Boom, and it'll do that. And it's doing it. Okay, there we go. And the biggest thing I want to say is there is no more unblock button. That's the point I wanted to make too. Okay, boom. Now, let's get this in our C drive, right where it belongs. Again, the cool thing about it, it's 2-MOWG-HB, and when you open it, everything is right there. Again, if I would have extracted to a folder called 2MOWG-HB, then that would be a folder where if I click it, it will have a folder called 2-MOWG-HB inside of it. That's not the right thing. We need to have these paths right. So I want this. When I click on it, I immediately see what's in here. That's what I wanted. I'm going to take it, cut it, boom, and go straight to my C drive. Okay. C drive, by the way, not D, not E, not F, not anything else, just your C drive. That's how it's what it's expecting. And I'm just gonna right click and paste it in here. Boom. And there it is. It's showing at the very bottom. So what I do now is just hit refresh, and that just puts it near the top. And so good. Now I can get into it, right? And we're going to actually go through the steps of installing. There's the pre-installation checklist, by the way. And so if you waited to get to this part and you did not hit unblock on the zip file, then you're going to want to delete this, hit unblock, and then extract it and move it, right? So it's not going to be blocked because there's all these things running inside of here. That will be blocked if you did not block or if you did not unblock. It's not now. It's all good now only because I unblocked the zip folder. In here, all of these BATs, all of the VBSs, all of the .exes will be blocked. And that's a pain in the neck. That's why I said unblock it and get rid of the read only if you see it. This thing's pretty solid. But like I said, here's the pre-installation checklist. Here's README first. It's like new instructions for what we're doing. Most of it just reminds you to unblock and all that stuff and reminds you what the exact path should be and what it should not be. Some people accidentally put this whole thing in their program files, right? And so then you have C drive program files 2MOWG-HB. That's wrong. That's the wrong place. Some forget about this whole C drive 2MOWG-HB / 2MOWG-HB. That's wrong. It cannot work unless it has the right path. And the right path is just C drive 2MOWG-HB, and then everything is inside of it immediately. C drive 2MOWG-HB, everything is inside of it immediately. All right, and sorry I hammer on that, but it's amazing how many emails I get where people just mess that path up and then don't know why it's not working. Or for example, they forgot to put it in their C drive altogether, and they're actually working with it on their desktop. They actually have a copy on their desktop, and they don't realize that it's in the wrong place. So it's it's all about following instructions. All right, let me go ahead and toss that out, okay? Because the one I wanted is the one in the C drive. And then what I'm going to do is just stop this video here and pick the next one up from here. Exactly what we're going to do is start installing everything really quickly. Okay? All right.